me the knighthood, and then suddenly everyone started listening to me. And I think it was Prince Charles that right after that wrote me a letter and said, "I'm absolutely astounded and amazed that you have survived since we last met."
Sir Jason Winters was born in Britain in 1930. A stunt performer and adventurer, he traveled the world, never imagining that his journey would one day bring him into contact with Prince Charles and the Archbishop of Canterbury.
Who is Sir Jason Winters?
For the first 47 years of my life, I was an explorer.
We went up the Mackenzie River by canoe to the Arctic, shut all the rapids on it. We crossed the Rockies in Canada by balloon.
And suddenly it all came to an end.
And I said, "What hope do I have?" He said, "I can't give you any hope."
Your voice box. I said, "Will I live any longer if you do that?" And he said, "No, but you will have an easier death." I said no to the operation. They said, "You have 9 weeks to 3 months to live." And they looked at me and said there was no hope.
Panicked to find something that was going to help.
I started reading all the religious books, and it mentions 27 times in the Bible. It only takes a few minutes to go from an atheist to a true believer. I remembered also that when we were making movies, in 1955, we used to shoot Western movies. All the sophisticated white people would get to one side, have coffee and donuts and smoke big black cigars. And the Indians would get to one side and they would cut down sage and chaparral and they'd make a tea of it. Jim, why on earth do you drink such putrid stuff? They've done it for 10,000 years. We went in search of the herbaline the Buddha spoke about. We've been assured it was the most powerful herb in the world. Found a woman on Water Street that gave me a bottle of the stuff for $127. This was first.
That's a miracle in itself.
Yeah,
that's the first miracle, right?
And I got the economy tickets. We went back to England expecting to die. Checked into this hotel and I called the Archbishop of Canterbury. And our Archbishop of Canterbury is like the Pope. No one gets to talk to him.
Wow.
But he answered the phone.
Oh.
Second miracle for me.
Right.
And I said to him, "What herb is it you think that is mentioned in the Bible so many times for blood purification? The life is in the blood of Christ, purify your blood, all things fall away." 27 times. He said he will have to check on it and let me know. And I said, "Please don't take too long." So the next day he called me back and said it was red clover. Now I was making 3 lots of tea. Red clover, herbaline, and chaparral. Strangely enough, mentioned by 3 prophets from 3 different continents. At 5 to 10, it was a Wednesday morning, I was lying on the kitchen floor, too weak to make a pot of herbaline tea and then chaparral tea and red clover. I thought, to heck with it, I'm going to die, I will mix them together. And so I did, and with the first sip, something strange happened to me. I drank this for 9 weeks. Strength filled my body. I didn't have any thoughts of death.
You mean pain left your body too?
Everything.
In 9 weeks?
Yes. It made all the newspapers, this amazing recovery. And a guy named Dr. Ian Pierce came to see me, and he didn't believe in any of this, and he said, "Let me examine you." A few weeks later, he came back and he said, "I've got bad news for you. This combination of herbs didn't cure any illness. All they did is they purified your blood to such an extent that your natural immunity started working." He said, When you mix the three herbs together, the red clover is well known for blood purification, and so is the sage and chaparral. But when you mixed it with the herbaline, it acted as a catalyst, and it purified your blood so much that your body healed itself. I'm working with Prince Charles on the Federation of Integrated Medicine, and he wrote a famous letter to the British Medical Association. Prince Charles made me promise to be a peacemaker. I've been to Washington a few times. We've even got an award from the American Congress.
Really?
We're the only company in the alternative health field to do this, because we work with governments, doctors, FDA.
This was in 1992. I noticed a health food store, talked to the manager, and he brought out Sir Jason Winter's tea. And I have since then always had my Jason Winter's tea, always.
The first thing is eating a whole food plant-based diet. Eating a diet that's rich in fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, herbs and spices, legumes, all of this wonderful food from the earth. It couldn't be more simple. It's just that a lot of people don't want to do it. If I did, if he was still alive today, I would probably say, can I follow you around the world?
Two doctors came to see me, one from Holland and one from Belgium. One was Dr. Sir Hank Oswald, and the other one was Dr. Charles Mengen. And they were both knights, and they come out there, they examined me, and by this time I was looking good again. And they said, do you have any letters from anyone else that this has worked for them? Just one, if you have, we'd like to see it. And my son Raymond, who's sitting there, he took them into the warehouse and showed them barrels with 100,000 letters. Such people as Charlton Heston, Red Buttons, famous people, Fred McMurray. But the majority of the people, of course, were just ordinary people like us. And they were absolutely amazed. About 2 weeks later, I got a letter with tickets in it to go to Malta for being of excellence, to be knighted, and they were going to pay for the room and the whole thing. I thought, this is great, you know.
My father was knighted in 1984 for his work in the health industry.
He called me up and said that they offered him, and I heard.
For an Englishman or a member of the Commonwealth, being a knight with the Queen of England as the head of the order is a dream come true.
I think it was Prince Charles that right after that wrote me a letter and said, I'm absolutely astounded and amazed that you have survived since we last met.
I could see that. It changed your life, and all those miracles and all these people you're affecting.
Jason Winter's tea has become legendary.
It's delicious.
He was way ahead of his time.
Your dad was a genius.
So we got that Koshy Award, and then we got 9 others actually from Spain, Belgium, the Netherlands, South Africa, Malta, the United States Congress. Since that time, people around the world use it. It's available in 70 countries. That's the best thing that ever happened to me.